Yes, a very pleasant good afternoon. I hope all of you are doing good. So, don't be in a hurry, man. Just relax. Huh? The link has been shared and it's live, it's going on. Why do you get tensed? Yes. I think students from even EC and CSC have also joined. CSC are also there. Are they part of this session today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So all CSC and EC, all of you are coming to me only today because today Bharat sir is not engaged in the session. I'll be engaged in the session, whole session. And so therefore, let's get into the class. Good, guys. So all the preparation of a lot of drives that are being that are happening online. So yesterday, I think the placement director happened to have a talk with you, and he was trying to tell you about the companies that have already lined up soon. Okay, so you guys are really the lucky lot. I can say the lucky lot. There are hundreds of now state where not a single placement team is trying to get lots of companies which will help you to undoubtedly lift your heads high, in a strong manner, because this year you need to complete your BTech by 21 match There was some connectivity issue here, internet issue. That's the reason we got disconnected. Let's get back to the task. There is some bad internet problems here. I think you're able to. Chandra, yes. So let's get back. Well, friends, the same class is being given as a live on live streaming on the internet, on the YouTube. You can also check that out. So if required, I'll share that. I'll share that link with you. Yes, you can also view the same on the kind of streaming over here. Okay. So getting back to this, I was trying to tell you about the kind of companies that are streaming up in the days to come. Probably in a matter of another 1 or 2 months, so we are expecting the top major companies to our college. So make sure that you'll try to prepare yourself both psychologically and in terms of physical preparation. I mean to say your regular preparation in terms of your soft skills. As I told you last class already, make sure that you'll be well prepared, because this particular time, the time of what you call this lockdown period, of this particular time has been provided to you so that you try to make use of this time to concentrate on the weak areas where you require to concentrate, very especially about the programming, because these days every company is looking for programmers. Okay, they're looking at your programming skills, automata, all these things are very much required. So especially a piece of advice to all the ECE and EEE students who are weak at programming, do some courses, get some help from somebody else. Okay, apart from the training we offer you from campus, we will be giving you some training on both aptitude, verbal, soft skills and all. And of course, also some kind of a training on what we call on technical. I think already as placement officer told you yesterday, there is a talk with the technical team, probably tomorrow. Some kind of technical training will also be conducted. But however, your preparation is what matters. We are very serious. In fact, I would love to see every one of you, not a single one of you to be missed. Every one of you leaving campuses with beautiful smiles on your face and with an offer letter on your hands. Because this situation lo chethro offer letter unte, it's not going to be a big happiness for you, it will be a big happiness for your parents. Remember, because this situation lo job lo settle out anedi not a small thing. And engineering colleges across India, very especially in Andhra Pradesh, are really struggling to get companies to their campus. And we are lucky that we are able to get it. So make the best use of it, okay? So moving on, today we'll try to take a look at verbal ability papers, a couple of papers. I already completed a major material, the major content of verbal ability related to Wipro, and we also happen to check out a major concept called Writex. Okay, the topics have also been announced, and I'm preparing some content on those topics, and soon I will share that content also with you. Okay, those short passages will be shared with you. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita. So will also be shared with. I will share those things, but meanwhile you put your effort. That's what I can tell you. Okay. Moving on, today I have a couple of material, a little more material, maybe I think another couple of papers based on this. We'll also see them. Just stay tuned. I'll share the screen with you. Yes, can you all see my screen clearly? Yes. Let's get started. I wish that some of you can also access this class with live links that I've shared on YouTube. You can also log in to the YouTube channels, and you can directly also watch it on my thing. That will also, it's at the same time it's getting telecast on live on this channel, so you can also watch it. Those of you using mobile can also log on to this, click on this link and watch it. so that the channel promotion will also happen side by side for me. Okay. All right, coming back to this, let's take a look at this passage, study the passage below and answer the questions that follow each passage. Like most teenagers, I dreamed of one day having my name in lights and perhaps an interview in National Geographic for my work with Rhonda's apes. Apes and apes means, what does an ape stand for? Ape ante koti. Okay. So the writer of this passage is trying to say that he dreams of getting an interview with the National Geography channel because he is someone who has done a lot of extensive work on Rwanda's apes. Rwanda is a country. Okay, RWANDA, Rwanda and Rwanda is a country in Africa. So Africa lo unte Rwanda desalo unte konni apes kotulu mida he has done some kind of research and some kind of real good work he has done, for which he thinks seriously, and perhaps an interview in National Geography. So he wants to get a job in the International Geography channel. That's what he's looking for. Maybe an Oscar for my portrayal as a fiesta heroine in an epic drama, preferably set in India, or a Nobel Prize for poetry, which I would collect at Stockholm wearing a black turtleneck. Suffice to say, none of these has come true. I prefer dogs to gorillas. My poetry is used to line the bottom of my drawer, and I have never been to India. Sure, as a writer, I get my name in the occasional glow of a 9-point byline. But the difference between Oscars and the Nobels and Helvetica type face is that the former are all about me, the latter is by me. With the advent of the internet, all that has changed. Like most users, I am gratuitous Googler, squandering valuable work time looking up invaluable topics such as how to clean my dog's teeth, how to cook risotto, and myriad medical ailments, including tough heels. You need to check out this word called myriad and many, chala. Just try to pick up a few words by the end of this session. That will also add up to your vocabulary bank, and you will be able to, enhance the fluency of your language. So myriad and many, huge in number, okay, extensive in number, myriad. Medical ailments, ailments ante rogalu, diseases. Am I clear? So a few words that you are trying to learn. Yes. So what does this author do? Author keeps on dreaming about Oscars and Nobels, and he keeps on thinking one day he would win this, one day he would win this. What this guy is basically is he has never visited India, and he's not an Indian, the person who is writing this, but he thinks he wants to get what you call an Oscar for his poetry, okay, a Nobel Prize for his poetry. That's all stupidity. He's a what you call a dreamer. That's what we can say. And how does he spend his time? He spends his time by cleaning his dog's teeth, and by how to cook risotto and myriad medical ailments. So he keeps on searching for all these answers on the YouTube, on social media. He keeps looking for what you call how to clean the teeth of his dog, how to cook a risotto, and keeps looking for different medical plants for different diseases on the internet. That's what he does, including tough heels, differently cancer, lumps on elbows. Okay, so మోచే మీద వచ్చేంటి ఈ లంప్స్ ఎందుకు వస్తాయి, ఈ రౌండ్గా వచ్చేంటి ఎందుకు వస్తాయి, వాటి గురించి సెర్చ్ చేస్తుంటాడు నెట్లో. అండ్ certainly cancer, and easy bruising, absolutely cancer, fine. So easily bruising, so ఊరికే దెబ్బలు తగులుతుంటే, నొప్పులు వస్తుంటే, పుళ్ళు వస్తుంటే వస్తాయి ఎందుకు అనే యాక్టివిటీ మీద ఎక్కువగా he keeps on searching on the internet. But among these endless searches will be a valuable constant, my own name, Helen Wanley. So his name is Helen Wanley. That is the name of the author of this passage. Okay, in the great scheme of things, I am not very important. I have never been medically paroled from jail. I haven't gone to rehab and rehabilitation centers where government helps the people with problems. Okay, I am not about to marry a famous celebrity. My husband has gently suggested that I seek a psychological help for my addiction. So it's in fact, it is not a male, it's a female, in fact, Helen Valney. And her husband keeps on telling for her crazy things. Her husband keeps telling that she has to seek some psychological help for her addiction. Yes. I Google myself every day, and yes, there are times when, like a bulimic, digging into a second bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I feel, okay, KFC, that's called Kentucky Fried Chicken, full form of KFC is Kentucky Fried Chicken. I feel out of control, gorging on blogs, images, and news and glimpses of myself. In cyberspace, there is no such thing as big fish in little ponds or little fish in big ponds. Instead, it's one swirling, bubbling swamp of emobi, all gasping for their own gulp of air. And for ego surfers, it's important we float on the surface. Research has found that 47% of internet users have performed self-googling, more than double the number from 5 years ago. I have realized that, like wine, watching soap operas stands for regular serials on the television. What is soap operas antaru? So serials on the television. And eating pizza, moderation is the key to virtual vanity, and keeping it to yourself paramount. When you start babbling in the competitive realms of rival surfing you are sure to start sinking under the flotsam of self-doubt. There is always someone out there with a higher ranking, a better picture, a bigger job. Yes, don't you think, don't you find this particular passage to be very crazy? So this particular lady has been eating, literally has eaten our brains. So this lady, we thought at the beginning is someone like a famous celebrity or a National Geographic photographer. Okay, someone is doing some research on apes. Or I even thought in the first, after reading the first few lines, I even thought that Helen is someone who is looking for some Nobel Prize or Oscars for her acting skills and all these things. But at the end of the day, what she's trying to say is she is someone who keeps Googling, someone who keeps on searching on the Google, on the internet, and she got addicted also for Google, for internet all the time, trying to search for different kinds of crazy things, trying to eat some KFC or trying to eat some kind of popcorn, sitting before the system, trying to browse so many things. And she even browses about herself. She clicks on her name, she types her name in the internet and tries to see what internet says about her and all these crazy things she has been doing it. Okay, let's see. According to the passage, the author dash. So there are a few options here. So we need to answer this question. According to the passage, the author dash received an Oscar for her portrayal as a fiesta heroine in an epic drama. No, that was only her imagination. Feels that moderation is the key to well-being in a cyberspace. Feels that she is the center of all she checks in the net. Yes. So 3 options, Charu, let us see. 1, 2, and 3 are correct. His answer. Swirling, yeah, Pabolu, swirling means tirigidam, swirl. Okay, that's called swirling. That's called swirling. Yes, yeah. All right, so what do you think is the answer? Babalu, well tried. Absolutely correct. The correct answer here is option C, second and third. The reason is this author, Helena, feels that modernization is the key to well-being in cyberspace. At the same time, she also feels that she is the center of all she checks in the internet. Internet lo chuse prati daniki she is the major center and oka feeling lo she has been living. Okay, so this is the first question. Let's take a look at the second question. It can be inferred from the passage that, so what can be inferred? Option A, you have gone too far when you start googling your name multiple times daily. Competitive rival surfing is the best way to increase your self-esteem. Being addicted to self-googling is the way forward in the 21st century. The advent of the internet has helped in creating a somebody out of a nobody. Yes, what do you think? You can only infer. The answer is not directly present in the passage. So what can we infer? Okay, you've gone too far when it start googling your name multiple times. No, option A is wrong. Option B, competitive rival surfing is the best way to increase your self-esteem. Wrong. Being addicted to self-googling is the way forward in the 21st century. Being addicted to self-googling is, I think, do you guys check, do you do this kind of crazy things like typing your name and trying to check where your name found? What are the kind of things that are associated on the internet about you? Do we keep checking that? The advent of the internet has helped in creating somebody out of a nobody. So what can be inferred? I think A is wrong, B is also wrong. It could be C or D. So what do you think is the best fitting answer here? No one's trying. Iram Reddy. Yes. Absolutely fine. As most of you have gone for option D. Option D fits in the best. The advent of the internet has helped in creating a somebody out of a nobody. Because the internet vachindo, people started searching their name, all your history is there. Like all your history is present in the internet. Like your email ID is there, your phone number is registered, it's all available on the internet. Your Facebook ID is there, your Google account is there. So all your details, you just type your name there, you get what is your name, what is your email ID, all those things, including your address, okay, will be seen on the internet. So there's no more privacy at all, like personal details are getting exposed. Fine, option D is perfect. Next one, the third question. According to the passage, Helen Walney is a patient of cancer. Helen Walney is a megabyte megalomaniac. What is this megalomaniac? Megalomaniac may be the word to refer to the internet addicts. Let me check out. You guys also can check this out. Megalomaniac. Yes, someone who is who feels that he has complete power in his hands and feels he is called megalomaniac. Helen is a megabyte megalomaniac. Helen Walney thinks that constant rival surfing is the best way to improve self-worth. Helen Walney is a conscientious worker. Yes, what do you think? Yeah, yes. Desire for power, yes. So what do you think is the perfect according to passage? Helen Walney is a patient of cancer, or Helen Walney is a megabyte I think patient of cancer, just check out, because she has used that word all cancer so many times. Look here, including tough heels, definitely cancer, certainly cancer, absolutely cancer. But even like the elbow bumps and bruises on the hand, she keeps referring to the certainly cancer. So what do you think is the perfect answer here? According to the passage, Helen Walney is a patient of cancer, or she is a megalomaniac? No. LL only thinks that constant rival surfing is the best way to improve self-worth. No, LL only is a conscientious worker. Yes, guys? What do you think is the perfect answer? Yes, tell me. Let me cross check. Yes, with the answer, yeah, it could be actually option A as for me, but when I cross it with the answers and so on, it's option B actually. Option B correct and cheptundi because I happen to cross it, because just check out, because out of the sources that I've taken this material from, it says option B is the correct answer, because it says megalomaniac is all about someone who keeps on thinking, I have the power, I can win. In the day, there are some kind of symptoms of megalomaniac also in the passage. In the first paragraph, if you see, she feels that she is going to win a Nobel Prize. She's going to win what you call an Oscar. She thinks she needs to have an interview. She needs to be selected for National Geography. అలాంటి ఒక crazy thoughts ఉన్నాయి అనమాట. Like she has all the power, she can do anything in ఒక desire. So I think yes, option A could also be correct. But as per the key I have checked, it is option B, megalomaniac, because she suffers from this kind of feeling. It's a psychological problem, seriously speaking, psychological disorder, where she feels I have all the power. I'm supposed to win gold medals. I'm supposed to win, Dine Telugulo pitch antaru. Right? But some people do have this kind of crazy thoughts. It's all about imagination, and in fact, such people are unreliable. So let's move to the next fourth question. According to the passage, all the following are not true except. All the following are not true except. So one thing is true, you need to find out the truth. Helen Vanley received a prize wearing a turtleneck. No. Helen Vanley's husband feels that she needs help to get out of her addiction. In reality, there is very little difference between the number of the internet users today and 5 years ago. Rival surfing gives a better job. Yes. What do you think is the correct answer here? It's very easy. There is only one truthful statement out of this four. The rest three are not true. Only one true statement is there. Can you find out the true statement? Guys, come on. Come on, it's easy. It's already, Babula has already guessed the answer. No, Sangaseti, yes, wrong. Option B is perfect. Okay, the answer is Helen's, because Miguel any correct wrong. She received a prize wearing the turtle cap. It's only her imagination. That's not the truth. Okay. Helen Vanley's husband feels that she needs help to get out of her addiction. It means he tells her, go and meet a psychologist. He keeps on telling her. So he strongly feels that this lady needs help to get out of her addiction. Help, I mean, to psychological help. Okay. Yes. So next, fifth question, not based on the passage based question, Kadidi. This is a different question. Let us check out. Okay. Read the instructions there. The question has a group of sentences marked A, B, C, D, and E. Arrange these to form a logical sequence. Yes, A, B, C, D, E. Put it into the proper order. The upsurge of public activism against the setting up of social special economic zones which eventually forced the state government to announce the scrapping of all 15 projects. Such projects is an impressive case in point. Early last year, similar agitation coerced the government into calling for a revision of the Goa Regional Plan to 2011, a controversial document that opened up large swathes of land, including green belts and coastal stretches for construction. Option C, the broad-based agitation against SEZs has demonstrated the power of popular protest in the state. Those opposed to the projects had questioned the propriety of the government acquiring large tracts of land and then selling them to promoters at low prices. A coastal state with an area of 3,700 square kilometers and a population of about 1.4 million, Goa has always been extremely sensitive to the impact of unrestrained economic development. So what do you think is the correct answer? Yes, come up. What do you think can be the best combination? BCDEA or CDEAB, EABCD or DABCE, all different combinations. EABCD, Babul says EABCD, option C, okay. There's someone to agree with her. Yes. Any more options, or are you all agreeing to move with option C? Yes, perfectly all right. Option C is the correct answer. Check out once, because option C. So it begins with E, a coastal state with an area of 3,700 square kilometers and a population of, we'll put all of them together just to check to see if it can give some meaningful connectivity or meaningful formation of the paragraph. Let's see. A coastal state with an area of 3,700 square kilometers and a population of about 1.4 million, Goa has always been extremely sensitive to the impact of unrestrained economic development. The upsurge of public activism against the setting up of special economic zones, which eventually forced the state government to announce the scrap up of 15 such projects, is an impressive case in point. Next, B. Early last year, a similar agitation coerced the government into calling for a revision of the Goa Regional Plan 2011, a controversial document that opened up large swathes of land, including green belts and coastal stretches for construction. Okay. Next, C and D. Okay. The broad-based agitation, the board-based agitation against SEZs has demonstrated the power of popular protest in the state, and those opposed to the projects had questioned the propriety of the government acquiring large tracts of land and then selling them to promoters at low prices. Absolutely perfect. Then the correct answer is option C. Okay, option C is a perfect answer here, precisely because when you put them all, this is the combination, right combination to get. Yes, next one. Directions for answering the questions from 6 to 7. Choose the option which gives the best way of writing the sentence, ensuring that the message is correctly conveyed. Okay, choose the option which gives the best way of rewriting, or rather writing the sentence, ensuring that the message is correctly conveyed. So there are almost like 4 statements are there. Okay, statement 4 different rasaru. We need to find out what is the perfect answer. Keep reading it. Just keep join me in reading these sentences. So read it along with me. There were a great stable where a dozen grooms and boys held forth, rows of wine-clad servant cottages, an endless and orderly array of outhouses, long grape arbors, green pastures, orchards, and berry patches. There were great stables. There were great stables where a dozen grooms and boys held forth, rows of wine-clad servants' cottages, an endless and orderly array of outhouses, long grape arbors, green pastures, orchards, and berry patches. Option C. There are great stables where a dozen grooms and boys held forth, rows of wine-clad servants' cottages, an endless order array of outhouses, long grape arbors, green pastures, orchards, and berry patches. It's the same. There were great stables where a dozen grooms and boys held forth, rows of wine-clad servants' cottages, cottages, an endless and orderly array of outhouse, long grape arbor, green pasture, orchards, and berry patch. Option D is absolutely wrong. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ array of outhouse అన్నది array అంటే వరుస, an array of outhouse అన్నది an array of outhouses ఉండాలి. So this option D is absolutely wrong. You can check out ikkada telisipondhi a dozen of grooms and boys are wine clad. Okay, so option D is wrong. Now option A is also wrong. Okay, there were great stable. There were is plural, so the noun stable cannot be used. It should be stables. Stable ante enti? Stable. What is a stable? Can someone tell me without checking on the internet? What is a stable? Yes, stable ante enti? Yes, who is this? Kono Monica, tell me. You raised your hand. Stable is a place where horses are stationed or tied. Okay, stable ante, yes, a shed where horses are kept. Okay, not cows and buffaloes, but stable is a place where horses, especially groomed horses, are kept. Okay, ప్రత్యేకమైన రేసు గుర్రాలను పెంచేటటువంటి ఉంచేటటువంటి ఒక షెడ్ ని, ఒక ప్రాంతాన్ని, ఒక ఏరియాని we call it as stable. Okay, yes, so stable అనేది కరెక్ట్. ఇక్కడ there were plural ఉంది కనుక it naturally should be stables. So the answer should be only in B and C. Yes sir? Yes. So Pavulu said B and Chintapandi said C. Yes, check out what's the correct answer now. There, let's check out with the option B first. There were great stables where a dozen grooms and boys held forth, rows of wine-clad servants' cottages. Servants, yes, tarvata apostrophe, correct name. Cottages, an endless and orderly array of outhouses, long grape arbors, green pastures, orchards, and berry patches. So that's all in the past tense. Present lo chudam. There are great stables where a dozen grooms and boys held forth. Yes, So ikkada meeku teliyalsina oka vishayam ante you need to, one thing that you need to really spot out is held forth is in which tense? Which tense is it in? Hold, held, held. Yes. Yes, held forth, past tense. Hold forth ki held forth. So it is in past tense. Ikkada past tense lo unnappudu ikkada there are great stables anetadu vadalem because there are is present. Okay, held forth is in past tense. Number first thing that you need to identify why C is not the correct and why B is the correct answer. Next one here is yes, ikkada Chintapandi Seventy said orderly is an adverb, so we can't write. Why can't we use adverb? Adverb can happily be used. Okay, and orderly area of outhouses. Orderly area neat ga arrange cheyabaddinti outhouses. Outhouses ante group of houses on the like what you call where workers stay or where some guests stay sometimes. Okay, so outhouses. So that's no problem. Ikkada order array and raaguddu correct. It is not order array. It should be orderly array. That is correct answer. Okay, Chintapandi, check it out. Okay. So C is also not the correct one, and the correct answer is option B. Now do you get me clearly? Okay, because here held forth is in past, naturally it should be were. So this is what gets you the correct answer. The perfect answer is option B. Are we clear? Yes. So well done, well tried and well participated. I'm happy that most of you are participating well while giving me the answers. That's a great thing. Next one, seventh question. There is the pumping plant, similar kind of question. You need to read all the 4 statements and find out what is grammatically accurate, the proper structuring of the sentence. Okay? Yes. There is the pumping plant for the artesian well and the big cement tank where Judge Miller's boys took their morning plunge and kept cool in the hot afternoon. Okay, next. Why option A could be right or not? Check out what are the mistakes probably straight away. You can check out this. There is pumping plant. There is simple present lo undi where Judge Miller's boys took morning plunge. Took is in which tense? It is in past tense, this is in present tense. So both of them do not match here. Therefore, option A is wrong. Am I right or not? Option B, let's check out. Then there was the pumping plant for the artisan well and the big cement tank where Judge Miller's boys took their morning plunge and kept cool in the hot afternoon. Okay, let us see option C also. Then there was the pumping plant for the artisan well and the big cement tank where judges. Yes, this is wrong again. It is not W-E-R-E. It should be where, W-H-E-R-E. This is correct. Okay. Yes. Next. So this itself is wrong. So option C is also wrong. Next one is D. Then there was the pumping plant, though the artisan well, the big cement tank where Judge Miller's boys took their morning plunge and kept cool in the hot afternoon. Yes, that's also wrong because here we don't use the conjunction called though in a conjunction word. So this is also wrong. So the perfect answer here is option B. Okay. Yes. Then there was the pumping plant for the artisan well and the big cement tank where Judge Miller's boys took their morning plunge. Plunge and munaka. Munagado. Water lo munata and plunging and okay. So You know the rest of the words, right? Like artisan well. Artisan well and what you call a well in the field. A well in the field. Well that is dug by the farmers. Option B is the perfect answer. Well done. Moving on to next, yes, 8th question. Okay, 8 to 9. Choose the option to fill in the blanks. We dash to inform you that we cannot include your thesis in our library on the dash of not receiving permission from your supervisor. Sadden to inform you, lament to inform you, repent to inform you, regret to inform you. Yes? Gruhalakshmi says it is A, no better. It's wrong. We are saddened to inform you, we don't use that. We always use a word no, C is also wrong. Dasari, you are correct. Option D is the perfect answer here. The reason here is, regret to inform you. We always regret to say something. We never say we are saddened to say. Saddened అని పదం ఎవరైనా చచ్చిపోయినప్పుడు మాత్రం వాడతాం తప్పితే ఏదైనా చిన్న చిన్న విషయాలు చెప్పడానికి అక్కడ saddened అనే పదం వాడదు. Only saddened is a word that's often used to talk only at the time of death, especially when someone has died. In such cases only we say, yes, we are saddened to inform you అనేది ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అలాంటి సందర్భంలో చనిపోయినప్పుడు వాడతారు కానీ బట్ చిన్న చిన్న విషయాలు మేము ఇక్కడ పెట్టాలనుకోవడానికి we regret to inform you. Okay, we regret to inform you. Okay, we regret అంటే మేము చింతిస్తున్నాం. We are sorry, that's what it means. Okay, we regret to inform you that we cannot include your thesis in our library on the grounds of not receiving permission from your supervisor. Option D is the perfect answer. Next, let's see, 9th question. When her illness took a turn for the worse, the doctors took dash to dash the situation. When her illness took a turn for the worse, the doctors took dash to the situation. Steps: ameliorate, approaches, better, modes, improve, measures, enhance. Yes, what do you think is the perfect answer? When illness took a turn for the worse, what you call health condition, మరి వర్డ్స్ గా తయారైనప్పుడు విల్నెస్ అంటే రోగం లేకపోతే ఉన్నటువంటి ఆరోగ్య సమస్య, అనారోగ్యం. తన ఆరోగ్యం అనేది మరీ వర్స్ అయినప్పుడు ద డాక్టర్స్ took measures to improve the situation, to enhance the situation, or took modes to improve the situation. What do you think? Babolu goes for C. Babala goes for C. Madhuri, very good. Answer says steps to ameliorate. Yes. What do you think is the perfect fit? Yes. So when her illness took a turn for the worse, the doctors took measures to enhance the situation. To enhance is not the correct thing. Enhance is not the right word to be used. Measures, of course, is the correct word, but enhance is not the right word. So D cannot be used. Okay. They took modes to improve the situation. Modes, yes. Approaches, they took approaches. No, option B and D are absolutely ruled out. They took steps to ameliorate. Ameliorated, improve. Okay, they took steps to improve the situation. Ameliorate and to make something better. Yes, yes, yes. So perfect answer is, as Simon's already it out. It is option A. They took steps to ameliorate the situation, to better the situation. Okay, A is the perfect answer. Hello, someone is unmuted. Please check it out. Srividya? Yes. Yes, now another question number 10. A sentence has been broken into 4 parts with an error in one part of the sentence. Okay, identify the part that has an error. Yes, a temple was erected to him at the foot of the Capitoline hill, in which were deposited the public treasury and the laws of the state. A temple was erected to him at the foot of the Capitoline hill, in which were deposited the public treasury and the laws of the state. So what do you think is the place where we have errors? Find out the error. Yes. Quick. Out of the 4 options, where do you think the error lies in? A temple was erected to him. Remember, we never use the word to him, erected to him. We say erected for him anachu. Ledante to him avasam ledu. A temple was erected. Erected ante oka temple kattabadindi. Erect ante actually ga dwaja stamba antaru chusaru. Dwaja stamba ani pettanu kuda erection ante erection of dwaja stamba. Okay, so erect ante kattinchuta nirminchuta nirminchabadindi. A temple was erected at the foot of the Capitoline. Sir, to him thesis migilinanta chudandi. That's perfect. A temple was erected at the foot of the Capitoline hill, in which were deposited the public treasury and the laws of the state. Absolutely. So the error is in part A of the sentence. We are not supposed to use this part of the sentence. Is not required actually. We simply say a temple was erected at the foot of the Capitoline hill. Capitoline hill. కొండ దగ్గర ఒక చిన్న గుడి కట్టారు. ఓకే, గుడి కట్టారు ఎందుకంటే దాంట్లో పబ్లిక్ ట్రెజరీ, ప్రజలకు సంబంధించిన ధనాన్ని ప్లస్ రాష్ట్రానికి సంబంధించిన కొన్ని లాస్, కొన్ని రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ సంబంధించిన కొన్ని వాటిని కూడా దాంట్లో దాచారు. దే డిపాజిటెడ్. ఓకే, సో ఆప్షన్ ఏ హ్యాస్ ది ఎర్రర్. ఆర్ వి క్లియర్? Yes. Moving on to next paper. Yes, this passage I'll read for you just to listen to me. Measuring a star's emission spectrum to determine its composition is no longer as cumbersome as it used to be. In an extraordinary feat, the Global Archaeology Survey, also known as GALAH, has recorded the composition of 342,000 stars over 1,000 hours in order to study the origin of our brightest star. With the help of the new Hermes spectrograph attached to the Anglo-Australian telescope, the GALAH aims to detect original star clusters in the galaxy, including the Sun's birth cluster and solar siblings. said Dr. Gayandhi. Oh my God. Gayandhi De Silva of the University of Sydney. So this particular Dr. Gayandhi De Silva, who is a professor in the University of Sydney, is conducting a survey or research on to find out what is the brightest star and on galaxy of stars and all. Okay, yes, that's what we got some clarity on based on the first two paragraphs of the passage. Speaking to IFL Science, he also said the recent sample includes a third of the total stellar database, estimated to measure 1 million of the brightest stars. The emission data on over 340,000 stars, mostly above the southern hemisphere, will certainly provide a great head start to astronomers. But the quest for the sun's siblings will have to wait until a northern hemisphere telescope joins the search. No other survey has been able to measure as many elements for as many stars as DALEH, said De Silva, after announcing the release of the first batch of data yesterday, followed by 11 papers in the journals Astronomy and Astrophysics and the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. Out of the trillions of stars in our galaxy, there are many that were born alongside the sun. From the same matter, elements, and energy, stars are formed not in isolation but in clusters, and these clusters don't remain spatially or compositionally intact over the course of their life. They are often pulled apart by gravitational dynamics. In such cases, the only way to discover the sun's siblings would be by studying their composition. Stars born from the same gas could have a similar chemical composition. Since the star formation process turbulently mixes gases within the cloud, in other words, scientists may be able to find clues pointing to a very close pattern of star formation between different stars, which will lead them to discovering the sun's stellar siblings. At the moment, we know we know very little about our sun's past and even less about how it may evolve in the future. However, in order to determine the longevity and subsequent trajectory of our aging sun, it is imperative to locate the origin and the motion of the stellar and solar siblings. So the next time you scan a starry sky on a clear night, it shouldn't come as a surprise if one of them is just another sun. So in this paragraph passage, the writer of this passage is trying to say that he was trying to give a picture about how stars are formed, how constellations are formed, how galaxy is there, and how different stars are actually, and he was also trying to say their size. He was also trying to say, the author is also trying to point out how very little is known about the past of sun and other, because sun is also a star, the other stars, but sun is the closest star for us for the year. That's the reason we have such a huge, heavy, what we call the heat that is getting emitted to the earth. Okay, so they are not able to find out the size and all those the rest of the things about the stars. Let us see what are the questions. Measuring a star's emission spectrum to determine its composition is no longer as cumbersome. Choose the option similar in meaning to the underlined word. What is the word that is underlined here? Easy, comfortable to work with, complicated, easily applicable. Is it the one? Compositioner? What is the word underlined here? Yeah? Yes. I think this is the word that's supposed to be underlined here. It's not been underlined. Yes, cumbersome. Okay, as long as cumbersome. there is composition is no longer as cumbersome. Cumbersome ante complicated. Cumbersome means complicated. Yes. Next one. Yeah, it's already been given. Their explanation is also given. Cumbersome means complicated, inefficient. Yes, no problem. Next, according to the passage, why is it important to locate the origin and movement of the solar siblings? Okay, why is it so? To understand the longevity of sun, or to understand the future trajectory? Option C, both A and B, or D, to understand the emission spectrum. The answer has already been given there. So the correct answer is option C. According to last paragraph of the passage, however, in order to determine the longevity and subsequent trajectory of our aging sun, it is imperative to locate the origin and the motion of stellar and solar siblings. It is both the longevity and subsequently trajectory. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next one. Which of the following would the author most agree with? So what are the things that the author would agree with out of the statements that are given below? A sun's siblings have a composition different from that of sun. Northern Hemisphere telescope has already joined the search. Stars which are formed in isolation remain spatially intact. And option D, none of the above. I think as for the answer has already been given over here, none of the above option A, B, C have been mentioned in the passage. So yes, all three of them have been mentioned in this. So there is nothing like one single thing we can't mention, we can't pick up. Therefore, none of the above. That's what you can say. Okay. Choose the antonym of the word turbulent. Turbulent and highly disturbed and others. Disorder, calm, confusion, or easy. Turbulent and disturbed or confused. Okay, you look turbulent, you can see, you look confused. Okay, and the opposite is antonym. So opposite is calm. Turbulent means disturbed. Opposite is calm. Option is B. Next one. Anything which is characterized by conflict, disorder, or confusion is said to be, that's the explanation is. 11th one, 3/4 of the house dash in ruins. 3/4 of the house is in ruins. Answer has already been given there because 3/4 portions. Do you remember? I think we discussed this concept when we had a session on subject-verb agreement. When I was talking to you about the subject and verb agreement, I told you always portions, the portions of something, portions are always considered to be singular. So therefore, 3/4 of the house is in ruins and cheppali. It might sound like 3/4, might sound like plural. Fourths ante vintanik plural anipinchochu kani, but portion, it's a one portion of a house. So portions are always treated to be singulars. 3/4 of the house is in ruins. All right? Yes. Next one. Select the word or phrase which best expresses the meaning of the word given. Impious. Impious. A belief in the Creator, or monastic, living under religious ways, or showing lack of respect for God. So option D is the correct answer. Impious. Pious and showing a lot of respect for God. Bhakti kaligina. She is a pious woman, we say. Chala bhakti, chala gauravam. Pious. Impious and opposite of pious. Lack of respect for God is called impious. Yes. Next. The train went dash the tunnel. In the tunnel, on the tunnel, through the tunnel, above the tunnel. Answer has already been given here. The train went through the tunnel. The train goes through the tunnel. Okay. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever traveled, forget about all those international or national kind of stuff as such. But probably within Andhra Pradesh, if you travel from Visakhapatnam to Araku Valley by train, you will have a wonderful experience. In fact, because the train goes through the tunnels more than around some 30-40 tunnels it passes through, and you'll get a beautiful view and a great experience. So passes through the tunnels. So if you ever visit Visakhapatnam the next time, make sure that a visit to Araku is also included on your itinerary. Okay, check this out. Certainly make sure, maybe not now, after the corona vaccine. Once you get vaccinated for corona, then you try making an attempt or probably making a visit to Araku Hills. Okay, that's a pretty exciting trip. Yes, next one is I came to know that Vishwanath Anand dash in the National Chess Championship for the past 7 years. Use the right form of the verb in the given blank. Yes, for the last 7 years. So, what's the correct answer? No, Chintapandi. Absolutely wrong. For the last 7 years. For the last. For I taught you this many times. Yes. Perfect answer is option B. For and since are used to talk about an action that was started in the past and still continuing. Present perfect continuous tense. Am I clear? So he has been winning. Okay. I came to know that Vishwanathan Anand has been winning the National Chess Championship for the past 7 years. Has been winning. Option B is the correct answer. Yes. Next. Choose the improved version of the statement below without changing the meaning of the sentence. So, in the statement, we have already seen that. We like all women to be equally paid as men in our country. We like that all women are equally to be paid in our country. Or we would like to pay men and women equal in our country. We will pay equal to men and women in our country. We like all women and men to be equally paid in our country. Option D is the correct answer, most accurate answer. Well, friends, these are just a few questions that I wanted to discuss with you. This material is absolutely useful, not just for Wipro alone, though it is a content belonging to Wipro, but these models are absolutely useful, not for Wipro alone, but any competitive exams also, if you are appearing for, they're also useful. And for companies like, for IT companies like Wipro, as we said, DXC, yes, we are done with. And, you know, companies like Emphasis, okay, Cognizant, and it complete course. So this verbal ability stuff, keep doing a lot of practice. Apart from this, is a new material which I wanted to discuss with you because we already discussed a pretty old material for a long time, okay. All right, then we'll sign off for the day. I'll see you with more energy in the next class, okay. I think Simon sir might have to inform you that tomorrow onwards some technical training will start. But anyway, don't worry. They will tell you if any further communication. They'll tell you. Otherwise, we'll catch up tomorrow at the regular time. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.